Young man, look what I found here. A nice balloon. Do you want it? It's right here. You know, you shouldn't jump around when this nice woman's holding a sharp pair of scissors. If you move, she could slip and slice your jugular vein on accident. There's no way to stitch the jugular. All of your blood will be on the floor in 4 minutes. I've seen this. I've done this. You don't want this.
Another episode of What the Hell Happened to Them? Adam Sandler's saga, and we're continuing forth with a classic. Before we do that, I'd like to thank...
This is not a classic.
All right, Joe, what is the movie we're watching today?
You don't mess with the Zohan.
Remix. Hey everybody, and welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them. We are back again with Sandler, remixing some of our old mistakes and foibles here. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is the very bangable Joe Vekeman.
Wow. I'm taken back.
Listeners, back off. He's a married man. Leave him alone. And on the audio boards is a nearly as bangable Levan Rensselaer, keeping a sound so slippery smooth. He's reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmail.com. All right, Joe, what movie are we remixing this time?
Hot button movie, you don't mess with the Zohan. I'm just kidding.
You do not mess with that Zohan.
From 2008.
Some point around here, we begin our first big break in the original recordings.
Yeah, I noticed when I was listening to it again.
I think it might have been right before. I think Chuck and Larry was the first time back, but we skipped over that movie, so I didn't go back and listen to that episode.
I think that's the one we were recording in the car with Rona.
We were, yep.
Yeah, so that must be rough.
We gave that a shot, a little ride-along episode. The audio is not the best.
It's fine.
And part of me wants to go back and have a clean version of it, but part of me is like, I don't want to watch that movie again. So I'm in a tough spot on that.
That movie is aggressively toxic.
But apparently written by Alexander Payne, according to the Zohan podcast, the original one.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, you know, as I've learned, as I've grown and more understanding, you probably had a pass at it early on. He probably was like, hey, I had a movie, and then they took it, kept his name on it, and we're like, let's make it a Sandler movie now.
Someday maybe we'll figure that out. Yes. So I think this one was done in early 2017. We had about a 9-month hiatus in between kind of the first wave and the second wave. And part of why I think is the second wave is in the original episode, I sound a lot more excited to be there, or at least interested in being there. But perhaps it could be because I ended up kind of liking the movie.
Yeah.
Though, listening back to the episode, I didn't like it as much as I remembered I had liked it. Like, I was couching my liking of it quite a bit.
Yeah, and I also was very hostile towards it. I was like, it's bad, it's boring. And it's not boring. I don't know what's wrong with me. Hadn't experienced many boring movies yet.
I hadn't seen Phoenix yet? Yeah, I know. We might have, actually. I don't know when that was.
Who knows?
Here we are in 2024, and somehow we've picked one of the most awkward times to revisit this movie.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I turned it on, ooh. Yeah, it's just, you don't want to step on anyone's toes.
Admittedly, Sandler comes out pretty early and lets us know he doesn't intend to take a side in the conflict.
Yeah, and then... Does he at the end? Because he's an Israeli man and he's marrying a Palestinian woman? That's how it ends. Is he just trying to say, it's okay?
Yeah, he's not there to pick a side. He's there to be like, hey, let's all love each other, bros.
Yeah. Which, God, if it was only that easy.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's as best as qualified as we are on that subject, so let's move on to the movie.
Well, interestingly, I did look up the girl in this.
Yeah, I kept calling her E's girl.
What has she done? And it's not much, but...
Well, most notably, Entourage. I'm checking stuff right now, because I really haven't seen her in too much.
But, like, I did look it up, and she's not even Palestinian. She's also, like, Jewish.
Yes.
Moroccan.
Yes.
Just no Palestinian actresses out there, I guess.
Don't want to touch it. She was in 31 episodes of Entourage. She was in... Let's see here. Like that's definitely like her thing that she was in that people probably know her from. Most recently, she's been in the TV series Superman and Lois, and she plays Lana Lang. I think that might be a CW network.
Nah. Sounds very CW networky.
She's been on The Mentalist. She's been in. She's a voice in Call of Duty Black Ops.
Ooh. Like Kevin Spacey.
Oh, God. She's in 2 episodes of The OC. Oh, she's in Wrong Turn, which is a horror movie from 2003, starring...
I remember that one.
Who is that lady? Eliza Dushku? Did I say that?
Dushku,
yes.
Yeah, I was just like, when John McEnroe popped in again, I was like, why hasn't this lady come back to the Sandler fold ever? Like, did she get...
She's in Snow Day. The Nickelodeon movie Snow Day with Chris Elliott. Yeah, and Chevy Chase plays a weatherman and a dad. He's the weather dad. That's besides Entourage when I was a younger man. That's probably where I most have known her from. She's fine in this. John Turturro, though, we were talking about him last time and when we first recorded.
Yeah.
He's incredible in this.
So I was thinking about it. John Turturro steals any Adam Sandler movie he's in.
Absolutely.
Even Mr. Deeds, which I didn't like, pretty much everybody agreed they liked Sneaky Sneaky Butler Guy.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing in the movie. Anger management. He's the guy that,
like the crazy.
He's a lot of the inciting action for why Sandler gets involved with Nicholson. They go to the bar and they beat up the waitress.
It's like he's talking about like he's got flashbacks from this war that lasted like 6 hours.
It's also just the crazy juxtaposition from him in all the Spike Lee movies I just watched.
Yeah.
So he's just a very versatile actor.
Yeah, he's also the only good part in The Sinister Six. What is it, The Ridiculous Six?
Sinister Six. Wow. So Marvel-pilled already.
Yeah, jeez, I know.
Yeah, even Nick Swartzen. Not too bad in this.
Yeah, I hated his hair, though.
Yeah, baby, there, mama. Everywhere, daddy,
Terrible looking hair.
It's a wig, right? It has to be a wig.
God, I hope for his sake it is. I wish you the best, Nick.
You do?
Why isn't John Turturro in more Sandler movies? Is he like busy now doing real things, or keep bringing him back, Sandler? You seem to have a good rapport with him. You even brought him back for The Sinister Six, but I don't think he's made any of the Netflix. Jesus, I do it again.
It's The Ridiculous Six.
I know what it is. Though you might as well just cast him in The Sinister Six now, I guess, as somebody.
So what has he been doing? He's on Severance, that Apple TV show. He was in The Batman. He was Carmine Falcone. He was in he's in that? So my kids watch it during the pandemic, but he's the voice of the goat in Green Eggs and Ham on Netflix, because Netflix bought a bunch of Dr. Seuss stuff and just made a bunch of random animated TV shows.
It's a whole show? Is it
of just
many
Green
episodes of
yes.
just Green Egg and Ham?
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that.
I agree. He's been in those Transformers. Has he been in more than one Transformers movie? I just see one. Just one Transformers movie. I guess that's the most recent stuff he's done. He was in The Last Night. He was in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. He's been staying busy, but he's also an older man now. He's like in his 70s.
Can't remember with the kids anymore. Jesus, really?
Yeah, he was born in 57.
Oh, man. Okay.
Right? Is that 70 yet? Or is he like 68 or something?
That would be, he's 69. Nice. Wait, what'd you say? 57?
57.
He's 67.
Yeah, he's an older man now, so he's probably slowing down. That's fine. I just need to jump to this review that comes from our friend Roger Ebert.
Roger.
Are you ready for Roger Ebert's review?
Oh, yeah.
On the positive side, Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 3 out of 4 stars.
That could mean nothing. He might just hate it, you know?
Called it a mighty hymn of and to vulgarity, and either you enjoy it or you don't. Sounds like Ebert really found out his funny bone later in life. Ebert admitted, I found myself enjoying it a surprising amount of the time, even though I was thoroughly ashamed of myself.
Doesn't feel like one of his more vulgar... I guess that's not true. There's a lot of banging and... Okay, I see what he's coming from.
There's a lot of that.
There's a giant old lady banging montage, and there's one...
There's a couple of montages of that.
Yeah.
There's like licking of the soapy hair. Yep.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's giving lessons on how to sexually harass women. And
yeah, that's...
It's okay, folks. The women like it.
I mean...
I know that sounded a little sarcastic, but in the movie
they
weirdly
really
do.
like it.
The granny's got to get it on, you know?
I think they're just like, we're underserved demographic, and now we're happy to be finally served.
Well, they got served, all right. Meanwhile, there was a young screenwriter out there who was like, this is a good idea for I'll See You in My Dreams.
Just like 7 years later, they're just like, it like definitely activated someone's screenwriting. I also want to pull your attention to this that we didn't talk about before. This movie sold over 1.2 million DVD units, gathering revenue of $26 million. DVD and Blu-ray.
I wish I had more context for that. Is that a lot of DVDs sold?
That feels like a lot.
Amount of DVDs sold?
That's a lot of DVDs, especially like at the tail end of like DVD buying in the late 2000s.
That's true. They were making Blu-ray jokes in this movie.
Yeah, I feel like the peak had kind of happened already at this point, so people are still buying physical media. I know streaming would come a couple years later, but it's good.
Netflix exists currently, but you can only get discs from them in the mail, which is what I was doing in 2008.
Yeah.
2009 or 10, they mailed you a disc that you could put in your PlayStation 3, and that would allow you to access their library, and that was the very proto use of streaming on Netflix. I still have that disc somewhere, I think. Little archive.
Excellent. The filmmakers planned on painting fake abs onto Adam Sandler, but Sandler insisted on working out with a trainer to achieve actual toned abs. And we mentioned that in the first recording, but we weren't sure if he actually like did the work. He did the work. So good. Co-writer Robert Smigel revealed that the script was mostly written in 2000, but was delayed after the 9/11 attacks due to the terrorist themes in the film. Good on you for waiting. And also for not waiting much longer after 2008, because boy, would that get very hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie does not get made now, obviously. I don't think anybody wants to touch any of the subject matter.
Certainly not.
Zohan isn't an actual Israeli first name. Did you know that?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Okay, good.
Well, that's how he can convince everybody he's from Australia and Tibet.
Yes. Also, Adam Sandler had to use a stunt double every time he would hit himself in the nuts. Because before the stunt double, he would hit himself too hard and the reaction would get caught on camera. I feel like that's a win-win scenario. If you get the reaction, that's what you want. Wrong?
Yeah, but he's
Okay,
supposed to be like very stoic when he hits himself, right? That's the goal.
Fucking right. I was thinking practical.
I'm surprised he can't sell that. Like, he's actually hitting himself hard. I don't know. Or just, like, aim a little bit above. Plus, he's got that big padded pouch in his pants. Just, like, put something in there.
Yeah, and he did that bit in Little Nicky. Remember when his brother possesses him? Makes him... I don't know why I started thinking of that. Did we watch Little Nicky this year?
The Sandler vault in there. It was not well, maybe.
I can't remember.
It might have been within a 12-month span, but it was not in 2024.
Here's another question for you. In that episode that we are remixing now, you really come to take down The Wedding Singer and call it very boring. Do you still feel that same way?
I do.
Okay, that's fine.
We watched that recently, right? But
so.
I think I would in the Drew Barrymore pantheon, I would still go blended Wedding Singer 50 First Dates. So there's that.
Interesting. That's good. I would, I still got a soft spot for Wedding Singer, but it is very close now in competition with Blended, because wow, has that movie grown and grown and grown. Incredible movie.
I haven't seen it since that infamous episode, so hopefully I still like it when we get there.
It's a fun time. It's on Netflix right now.
Blended does feel like a Sandler movie, though. Like, Wedding Singer feels like I don't remember. I think Sandler did write it, or his production company had something to do with it. But it just feels like a very generically... Any actor could have been in there. It's any 90s... It's just a very 90s type of comedy. You know?
I believe you're right on the second one, though. I think he was kind of given that role, and they just kind of turned it into a Sandler vehicle after... Because it was already a pre-written script for him.
Yeah, they've added some things around it, like... my guess is John Lovitz's thing was added after the fact or whatever, but I don't know. And then they're like, oh no, I'm going to be Julia Gulia. And I'm just like, dumb joke, ready to move on. I don't know.
This is a dumb joke, but I like it.
Yeah, I know.
I like in that movie where he's like, my grandma gave me a savings account, and I keep it in the cookie jar. He was like, at a certain point, it's gonna be worth some money. And then the guy he's going up against with Drew Barrymore is just like, oh yeah, it's $15, woohoo! And I'm just like, that's great.
I like the movie's not bad. It just is missing some quirks that I like.
Oh yeah, no,
comedies are hard for me in general, right? Like. This is what I was thinking about on the plane. Because I can't trust the DirecTV anymore, especially on the plane ride back. It just didn't work. They're just like, we got no service. Sorry. It's raining. So I started to put my own things on there. And I'll put like old TV episodes, but it's 6 hours. That's like 12 episodes. Like, I can't binge.
If you're up in the air, though, aren't you closer to the satellites? How are they not...
Listen, I had the rant. I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know how it works. So that's why you see me logging Tommy like every now and then.
Hell yeah.
It's likely I'm watching it because I'm on a plane. But like, I can't do comedies because I don't like comedy movies. But I need longer things because binging doesn't feel good to me. What I do now is like I'll throw on Tommy and then I'll go back and forth between Three's Company and Married with Children. But like, I want to throw more into the mix.
Binging doesn't feel good to you is your blog, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
I follow it. It's pretty good.
But maybe I'll try something like The Waterboy or Billy Madison or My Best Friend's Wedding, something a little kookier.
My Best Friend's Wedding. Good movie.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try. I'm trying not to do Blended again because I want to like save it for the remix. I want to go in fresh. I don't know. I might try comedy movies, but I really don't like comedy movies. And The Wedding Singer is just sort of like one of those things I don't like. This one at least is fucking weird. And so like I can kind of get behind it a bit. Zohan, I mean.
Hubie Halloween? Have you revisited that one since?
Yeah, maybe something like Hubie Halloween.
What a great movie.
No, I haven't. That movie's good. Yeah. I think it's in my top 5. Like, it's a good movie. No complaints. You know, that seems to be his Netflix peak, because after that it was Murder Mystery 2, which was not as great.
It was like 75 minutes long.
Yeah, and the Bar Mitzvah movie, which is fine.
But not really his.
Kind of not your usual. Yeah, exactly. The Sandy Sandler comment. No, who's the other one?
Sadie and Sonny. I think Sonny was the star of it, even though she's not built at the top of that.
What's his wife's name? Jackie?
Jackie Sandler.
I think I caught her at the very beginning, like getting all aroused by Adam Sandler's sexy abs. So that was Adam Sandler's real goal. He's like, no, let me spice up the bedroom for a couple months.
Yeah, and his daughter, I think it's Sadie, is riding a goat at some point in the movie.
Oh, at the end of the movie, yeah. We talked about John Turturro and Swartzen and a couple others, but let's take a tour through some other notable cameos in the movie. We got Chris Rock.
Yes.
Probably should have played Bob Marley in that movie recently, it seemed, based on what he gave us here.
I mean, it was much as cosplay that was going on in that movie.
Yeah. There's Rob Schneider should have played the driver from Tangerine, the taxi driver from Tangerine.
You know, I don't think we were able to make that joke yet because we had probably just seen Tangerine at that point when we recorded it.
Henry Winkler should have played Donald Trump in Home Alone 2. Kevin Nealon should have played the guy with boobs on his head from Little Nicky. And Kevin James should have played no one in any movie ever.
I agree with that. What about Dave Matthews? Got Dave Matthews in here? Because he was...
Yeah, who was he in this movie? I saw him in the credits, but I forget.
He plays James T. O'Scanlan. He's in enough of the movie where I noticed him in the movie.
Well, who was he in the movie?
I don't know. I'm telling you, he's James T. O'Scanlan.
You said you noticed him in the movie.
Yeah, because I know what his face looks like. Where did you
notice him?
Well,
when were you noticing him? Well, you didn't watch this movie months ago, Joe. When did you notice him?
I watched it yesterday. It evaporated quickly from my brain. You know, it's getting messed up in my head because I also saw this video. No, hold on. Because I saw this video of him at a baseball game, and then at the baseball game, they kept zooming in on this person wearing a Dave Matthews shirt, and then the commentators are like, they should really, meet. This is destined. They're not that far away. They should meet. We should get them on camera and have them meet. That's the biggest Dave Matthews fan. I'm like, this guy just wearing a Dave Matthews shirt. I don't think it's his biggest fan. But, yeah.
Well, I don't know what he looks like, so I'm kind of relying on you for this.
Well, he looks like just a dude with a receding hairline. All
right, well, did he look like that in 2008? That doesn't help me.
Yeah, pretty much. It would put the hair back a little forward on the head. Still the same age as Sandler.
Did he play the neo-Nazi guy, or, did he play one of the boardroom people? Did he play somebody at a hair salon?
This is so annoying because I haven't seen Just Go With It, but I remember him way more in Just Go With It because he's trying to do the coconut thing with Nicole Kidman in that movie where they're on stage. I don't remember him in this movie, and I watched it yesterday. But I know he's in it. I remember clocking him in it, and then it evaporated as soon as I saw him. I was like, oh, that's Dave Matthews. Oh. All right, folding laundry.
Okay. I want to talk about Rob Schneider, too.
Not Mariah Carey?
We'll get to Mariah Carey. But Rob Schneider, because you just brought up the GOAT with Sadie Sandler. Rob Schneider's, unlike John Turturro, never the best part of an Adam Sandler film. But, he always gets, one line.
Yeah.
This movie, he goes, GOAT! He's really upset when Adam Sandler steals his goat. And then he's also in, bedtime stories. He goes, you can have this car for free! And he does this funny thing there.
The fact that you remembered anything from bedtime
It's the only
stories.
thing I remember from it. In Big Daddy, he's hip hop anonymous. Damn you give him all the easy ones.
Yeah, he's great in that. That's his best role he's ever had.
And then obviously in 5 movies, he's got You Can Do It.
Yes.
He always steals a great line. In whatever part Sandler gives him. But yeah, overall, he's never particularly a great element. But I'll give him... He always gets a laugh out of me for one line at least, so I'll give him that.
He's probably been in the most Sandler movies next to Alan Covert, right? Guys, he's still in them all. He just showed up in Hoopy Halloween. He showed up in Leo. Yeah, he's still working pretty close with them, even though he's fucking canceled in my eyes. Dick.
What did he?
I don't know. He just goes on all these fucking podcasts and he just bitches about how you can't do comedy because of woke. And I'm like, fuck off. You fucking loser.
Okay.
Employed by your best friend. Thanks for your entire fucking career. He produces all your movies. You're a loser. You haven't been able to. You know what? I'm gonna double down on my loser thing from Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look up his box office tallies. Go on. What do you want to talk about?
Well, we know it's not great, right?
Well,
obviously.
I want to show it and shove it in his face. God, so annoying.
You know what's crazy is I bet this movie was considered woke in its era.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Deuce Bigelow, $17 million budget, made $92 million. What a dumbass. The hot chick. Oh, wait, no, hold on. The Animals first. The Animal, $47 million budget, 84. The bloom is off the rose already. It's over.
Well, that movie shouldn't have cost $47 million. That's insane.
Yeah. Who's in that one? Who's in The Animal with them? Nobody. I don't even... What was The Animal? My sister liked that movie a lot. And she liked the hot chick.
He becomes like animals, but only in his mind. So, like, his body's still Rob Schneider body, and he just acts like different animals.
Yeah, here you go. This is for us. This is for us right now. A sequel is in development that will be released on Tubi. You're welcome.
That sounds exactly like a Tubi movie.
It does. The hot chick, which was $34 million budget. How?
I don't understand.
You have Rachel McAdams before she was Rachel McAdams. That's crazy. $54 million. That's insane. What's this next one? Okay, here we go. Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo.
European Gigolo?
$22 million budget. Wow. So he recedes a little bit. And then $45 million. I guess it's still profitable? That's crazy.
It would be. It's not crazy profitable, but it's enough.
All right. I guess the next one would be The Benchwarmers. Yep. He okay.
Yeah, but he's not the lead there, which I think is...
He
or
is
he?
the lead.
Okay.
Because it's him, then David Spade, then John Heder.
Yeah, I thought David was the lead, but all right. Makes more sense.
$33 million budget. Some dummies went to go see it for $65 million box office. What? This is so annoying. My point is not being proven right now, and it's annoying.
Everybody loved Napoleon Dynamite. That's what drew him in.
What's his next one? I don't even know. 2008. Wait. Also director and producer. I'm talking about Big Stan here. Big Stan, Rob Schneider directed, starring, and produces. Budget $7.5 million, makes $8.7 million. All right, fine.
I mean, that's better for a movie that I've legitimately never heard of until this moment.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
After Big Stan, Big Rob thinks he's a director now. He makes The Chosen One in 2010. He thinks he's the chosen one. Wow, he got Steve Buscemi to hang out with him on that. That's crazy.
They're all in the Sandler circle. They're all buds. They go to the reunion every year. They catch up.
Well, this is what I wanted. Directed, stars, produces The Chosen One. Comes out September 3rd, 2010. Budget and box office does not exist. And there's a lawsuit thing in the Wikipedia. There we go. Oh, it looks like did he rip off that movie? There's another movie that he ripped off, apparently. Flatly contradicted by that. Okay, interesting. So that might have killed his directing career, did it? It looks like then he just does English dubs of straight to the Walmart $5 bin movies. Little Penguin's Pororo's Racing Adventure. He does Toto, the English dub. He does Dino Time, The Reef 2, High Tide, Wings, The Outback, Top Cat, the movie. I guess the next movie he would headline in America will be Norm of the North. Did you hear of Norm of the North? It's an animated polar bear movie that came out in January.
This year?
2016.
Oh, well, still no.
He stars in that movie opposite Heather Graham and Ken Jeong.
Well, those are people I've heard of.
Yeah. Budget $7 to $18 million. I don't know why it's that. That's crazy. Made 30. So you know what? He's back on the top. He's the king again. His last. He did another directing movie. I forgot. Oh, with everybody's favorite people in the world, John Cleese and Jackie Sandler.
Listen, you gotta be nice to the person keeping Sandler's wife employed.
Distributed by Mill Creek Entertainment, which gave me my condensed discs of Married with Children. Thank you, Mill Creek.
Yep, we're all good with Mill Creek here.
Yeah, they're all little paper disc containers. Thank you. This movie, his last movie, Daddy Daughter Trip, which I definitely saw in the Walmart $5 bin, made $301,000.
Well, I know, but it's in the dollar bin, right? So, like, that's a lot of copies sold.
I mean, come on.
When you think about it, right?
Yeah, and then he had Real Rob. Real Rob had 2 seasons and 16 episodes. That's crazy. So there was 2 8-episode seasons.
Well, I don't remember. That show was odd. I think that had a shorter first season and a long. Right, that's the one with Cheech Marin.
Netflix.
No.
You're thinking of something different.
I don't know what the fuck that is then.
I think you're thinking of Rob with a upside down exclamation. This is called Real Rob. It's really, really creative, this guy. Anyways, have we talked about Rob Schneider enough? I have.
Hey, listen, all I want to do is say you had like one funny line in a movie, and that'd be it.
Sorry.
Kevin James has no funny line in any movie.
Yeah. Why is he famous? Do we know?
Because he's friends with Sandler and Ray Romano.
Patton Oswalt? Or is Patton Oswalt famous because of Kevin James?
Probably because of Kevin James. Even in that show, he's not a big element of it. You know, he wasn't in every episode, and he wasn't like he would mostly be hanging out with Ben Stiller's dad if he were to do one.
Yeah, Ben Stiller's dad. Jerry Stiller. Did we lose him recently? I feel like we did.
I think so.
Who's his mother? Do you remember the mother?
No, because his mother wasn't in every episode.
I know, but she's like also a famous comedian, right?
But like it was Ben Stiller is Leah Remini's dad.
Ann Mara. There we go. Oh, 2015. That was a while ago. Whew.
Jerry Stiller, really?
No, Ann Mara was 2015. Jerry
okay.
Stiller was 2020.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
92. Incredible. What a life. They were married for over 60-something years. A testament to love.
Oh, this is real life love? Not
Yeah.
King of Queens love?
No,
Okay,
this
I thought
is
we were
Jerry
talking about
and Ann Mara.
that. Ben Stiller's parents.
Yes.
Well, any other thoughts you got from looking back at that original episode?
No. Just that I'm glad that Roger Ebert liked it. I'm glad I found that out now. 3 out of 4 stars. That's great for him.
Yeah, but sometimes he'll say that and then go like on a big rant. Like he basically did that here. He's like, yeah, I like the movie, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, well, he just... what do you say? He's like, I'm ashamed of myself for laughing so much. Yeah. Hey, Roger, we all are ashamed of ourselves. It's okay.
Well, I liked hearing me be a little more excited to be doing the podcast for a change because we spent so much of those early episodes hating having to do it or wanting to not like movies. So it was nice that one of the early times coming back, I was like, oh, I did like this, kind of. Like I was being a little more broad-minded, especially since I did have that story about me in 2008 not wanting to watch the movie and thinking my friends were dumb for watching it. Like I could have doubled down on that in 2017, 16, whenever we came back and been like, "Arr." But I was like, oh, you know what? We're kind of going back towards the stuff that Sandler does that I like. Right, and his movies will still feature elements of this going forward, but they won't always be fully dedicated to it like this movie was, like Billy Madison was, like Waterboy was. Reasonable movie. I did notice, though, like, our rapport was really off, I guess because we hadn't been doing it for a while, but we just kept talking over each other. We kept randomly changing topics. Like, we had to kind of, like, re-find our rhythm that we had crafted over those first batch of episodes.
We really went on to a Jennifer Aniston tangent too towards the end, just like
yes,
never ending.
Perhaps we should do a Jennifer Aniston season at some point. I don't know. It sounds like she's got like 6 movies or whatever.
That would be a quick one, unless we're going to be watching every episode of the morning show, which I hear is crazy.
I mean, we might because it's only the 10 episode thing, right? Or is it 8? Something like that. I've got Apple TV. Somebody gifted it to me for Christmas. Like I just never use it. I never think to use it. I first got it. I watched the Dumb Godzilla show. And then I'm like, let me see what else is on. And then as I'm searching through everything that looks mildly interesting, it turns out they don't actually have on Apple TV. I have to buy it.
Yep.
What the fuck is that? Like there should be a little $sign or something on the thumbnail so I know like, oh, that one doesn't come included. It just gives me the right to screen it on my TV. Mm-hmm. What? I get to pay to have it on my TV by buying it? I'm not doing that. Where's your free shit?
I agree.
Where's all the dumb movies Joe sees at the blind ticket things that he doesn't want to see?
The blind ticket? What are you talking about? Blind tickets?
You said you'd always go to like a Regal to get this cheap ticket, but you didn't know what movie you were getting, and then you'd watch it and it'd be some Apple TV movie, and you'd be like,
oh yeah, the Regal Mystery Movie Mondays.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. They've just used it to push off their Apple movies that no one wants to see. It's very strange. They have it like it's still going. It's every like 2 weeks they have a new Apple movie. I kind of gave up on like looking at them because I'm like I don't care about these. But there is one coming out on the 1st of the next month.
Hi, well, I'd like to thank Lev and Joe for coming to remix this episode for us and giving us another look back at yesteryear and the people we used to be. So I always find these episodes, you know, we look through them when we do those big spectacular episodes, but I listen to them a lot more critically. I'm not looking for sound bites now. So it is kind of weird and humbling to go back and listen to yourself from what feels like a totally different era. And I guess it was in a lot of ways, so... All right, well, thank you guys for helping out with that. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill. You can find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at QuixoticUnited.com and social media, presumably with a similar-sounding name. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
I want to be done with the planes, Joe.
Like riding on them?
I'm off. Yeah, I'm just done. I think I can't be done with it, but I really want to be done. Like I can't. I can't fit.
Oh, tall
for 6 hours, and I even go on the plane with the legroom. It's just not enough. It's too long to be cramped in there.
I think we need to get you in first class. I've walked by it many times, and there's lots of room on there.
I'm worried about just trying it out, because like if I get there and it still doesn't feel like enough room, I'll be really annoyed. I spent, I don't know,
a lot,
$2,000 extra dollars or something.
It's not that bad, is it? Oh my god.
I don't know, Joe. I don't know. It's a world outside of me.
Not for much longer.
I gotta like sell my soul to Disney or whatever and be like, fine, I'll do your Marvel film, but you gotta get me first class tickets.
No, you don't need Disney. Disney's like down the train right now. Nickelodeon, Paramount's where it's at. Have you heard that deal is not falling through?
But Nickelodeon's trying to buy Paramount?
No. Well, Nickelodeon is like a subsidiary or whatever.
Well, that's what was confusing me.
Oh no, I'm saying that's where you go to, instead of Disney, go to Nickelodeon. They got great properties over there. You need to reboot Salute Your Shorts.
I know one cares about Salute Your Shorts.
Us 90s kids are all about it.
I didn't care about Salute Your Shorts. That one and there was the Hey Dude, like those two. I was
hey,
like, man.
Hey Dude.
Hey Dude, it's about a ranch. It was boring on Sunday afternoons. What would I reboot? What was, like, you can't reboot SpongeBob. Apparently that's still going.
Oh, yeah. 23 seasons in. Not kidding.
Lord.
It's crazy. What do they do? Is it still a commentary on children's things?
I don't know. I didn't watch it much when it was first on. Hey Arnold, that show was pretty good.
That was good.
Angry Beavers, remember that one?
Rocko's Modern Life.
Rocko's Modern Life, which I think itself was rebooted from an MTV show, or at least started on MTV crazy. And then moved over. Yeah.
Huh.
Had the B-52s in the theme song.
Really? I didn't know that.
Rocko's Modern Life. Yeah, that was them.
Oh, wow. You just did it, and then I was like, oh, that's it. That is that.
Invader Zim, which Netflix made a movie like 5 years ago, and then like no one ever talked about it again.
Same thing with Rocko.
Mm-hmm. That was like the weekend I moved here, and I didn't have internet yet, so I'm just like watching them on my phone. I'm like, all right, well, I'm on an air mattress now, and there's nothing in my home, no fridge, no anything.
Oh wow, damn.
So I did that, and then like I went down the BoJack Horseman rabbit hole, and that was my first week or so of being here.
Trying to think, when we first moved in here, we got the internet pretty quick. Anyways, I'm tired. And my leg is busted. it's just old age. I slept with pillows, like to elevate my legs and stuff. So I take it from my head, and I just have like a little thin pillow. And then I think I elevated my legs too much, and now I cannot walk on my left leg or put any pressure on it. It is just screwed.
Old people problems, man.
Yeah. So as soon as we're done with this, I'm going to stretch, which was not afforded to me last night at work. I had no time to stretch. I was busy working.
So they make you stand all night, and then but now you can't use one of your legs to stand?
I was running around, and it really hurt last night because I was running like 5 different machines and getting them set up and everything, so.
You got a petition for a Segway.
It's funny you say that. We did have Segways in the other building, but didn't last long because there was hazards and people and safety and stuff like that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of a walk if you're going from one side of the building to the other, and the supervisors were riding on them, and everybody was like, why are the supervisors riding on Segways? And then that stopped pretty quickly.
Yeah. My complaint about TV, because you're on the plane, they have it, and you're at the hotel, they have it. They're not very original.
More Friends?
Yeah, like it used to be in my day. Each hour would have a block of something, you know?
Programming. So there was programming before.
But now it's just like, all right, we're going to do, 72 hours of Friends. Or it's like, hey, we're going to do 6 hours of Everybody Loves Raymond. And, or we're going to do 5 hours of South Park or,
Gosh.
The Office. And by the way, it's kind of crazy. South Park, you could not show before 10 o'clock at night. It was not allowed. And it was a big deal when MTV got the rights to it, and they're like, we're going to show it at 9, and they had to fight with the FCC, but then they were allowed, but they couldn't do it before 9. Now it's on just like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
On Comedy Central, like it's just there.
I think it's because no one really has cable anymore. And so I noticed that because on FX they just started letting like F-bombs go, and I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
I think, are we in like a post-cursing America finally? Have we like gotten over that high horse?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Like, they just don't care at all about anything because Atlanta had like sexual material in there that was a little too risky for television, and it still was on television. It wasn't just like on that Hulu thing. It was, I was like, okay. This was on FX, and I know FX is on Hulu, but it's still, I guess we just don't care anymore. There's no, where's the line? Where do you draw the line now? Keep pushing it back. It's gone now. Just someone erased it. I wouldn't mind if the line came back so I could just understand the rules.
No rules anymore, Joe.
But it's good to have rules because then you can know what's fun, and it's fun to break the rules sometimes, but if there's no rules to break, then where's the fun? There's logic there.
It's a Mad Max toxic landscape over there in broadcast TV cable.
It's terrible.
Could be anything. They don't know. All right. We'll jump in.